Okay, another tip, guys. So when you I'm talking to a driver, you need to always have control of the conversation. I have a 5 minute rule, so I do not be on the phone with a driver longer than 5 minutes. I give them 5 minutes, because unless it's like at the end of the day, and that's the last person I contact. If the conversation goes on than 5 minutes, that's cool. But I try not to be on the phone with a driver no longer than 5 minutes because, say for instance, is you talk to the driver for 30 minutes, you could have talked to 6 drivers in 30 minutes. You see what I'm saying? So always have control of the conversation. So for instance, like you say for instance, because you're gonna come into a lot of SAP drivers. So say as soon as you talk to a driver and he say you ask him that question, you're like, do you have any violations in your clearance? I was like, yeah, I have one violation, but let me tell you what happened. That a lot of them want to explain to what happened, So just, once he start talking, don't be rude, let him talk. Give him 1 minute though. I always give him a minute, let him talk. But if I see that it's keep going, it's dragging, after that minute, I'd be like, I understand what you're saying, sir, or I understand what you're saying, ma'am, but I need to ask you a question. Was it a fail or a refusal? Now I took back over the conversation. Now I can go on to my next question. After they tell me, oh, it's a fail or refusal, then I know if I should ask the next question, because if it's a refusal, then I know for a fact for one of our carriers, like multiple of our carriers, it's not going to accept it. So it's no need to ask them, do they have any violations in the MVR or tickets or accidents in the MVR? There's no need to ask that. There's no need to ask to have their license been suspended. There's no need to ask that if they say they had a refusal. Only thing else you can do is refer them to the other carrier. It's only one carrier that accept that. So and then another way you could take control of the conversation, because if not, you don't want to call a driver, and as soon as you call a driver and then they say, yeah, I'm interested, tell me about the job. Okay, you don't want to start explaining everything about the job. They have control of the conversation. You want to keep control of the conversation. So as soon as they said that, be like, I'd be great to tell you about it. I'd be gladly to tell you about the job. But first, I would like to ask you some pre-qualification questions to make sure that you qualify for this position, sir or ma'am. And then once you start asking them, like, they tell you, answer the questions and stuff, and then they end up saying something that's a red flag, then it's like, oh, I'm sorry to inform you, you don't qualify for this. You don't want to explain everything about this job position, and it's like they need 2 years of experience. And then once you explain everything, and then after you start asking them a question like, oh, how many years experience do you have? They be like, oh, I only got 3 months. You just waste your time. You know what I'm saying? So always have control of the conversation so you don't waste your time, and then you could be able to talk to multiple drivers. Until next time.